What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, June 5th, 2019. I can't believe I just went live with no audio. I'm going to just wait for somebody to confirm that you can hear me this time. That was extremely embarrassing. Now watch notifications won't go out on this live stream. If you're here right now and you can hear me, just press 1 or say something. And if you're a replay viewer, once I get confirmation that audio is on, I will 100% just jump right into the video. We got it. We got audio. We're jumping into the video, everybody. So here we go. Litecoin on the daily chart looking beautiful. And this is really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this theory of large consolidation leading into the next Litecoin halving. I want to talk about if we're going to see something similar to what we saw in that last bear market. So let's jump into the video and talk about it right now. Since the lows in December, Litecoin just looks amazing on the charts, right? We have these higher highs, higher lows going on for months. And every time we get a little bit of a pullback, like one we're in right now, we just continue up. Is that going to happen again? Where's our support right now? It's what I want to talk about in this video. Let's jump in. So if I zoom in on the daily chart right here, we have a couple lines, and I want to talk about those lines. So this first line that I just deleted, we're going to use on Fibonacci Retracement. This is swing low in May 23rd to swing high May 22nd. And here we go. There's our Fibonacci Retracement. Let's get a nice little rectangle and see what's going on. 618 line, 786 line, and there it is. That is the beautiful harmony of Litecoin on the charts right there. That's what it looks like. This series of higher highs and higher lows, we often see the Fibonacci retracement just helping us in identifying these areas where we might see support, at least the very first level of support. And we'll talk about support under the Fibonacci retracement. But for now, as of yesterday, us breaking through $100, hitting like $98 on these charts, Litecoin seeing support there, right? Will that continue? Let's see if it continues going all the way down to $92, the 786 line on this Fibonacci retracement. But to give you an idea of the potential for continued upside for Litecoin, we've seen it so many times since December, right? In these higher highs and higher lows. And this is what it looks like. We just did a Fibonacci from this swing low to swing high, right? Well, there's our Fibonacci retracement. But we can go to the previous cycle of swing high or swing low to swing high, right? May 10th, right there, to May 16th, swing low to swing high Fibonacci. And look what Litecoin did then. Very similar move to what it's doing right now, right? The 618 line right here proving awesome support for Litecoin. So if we look at the 786 line, we didn't even test the 786 line. So I just want to throw that out there. So if we look at the support we got at 618, compare it to where we are right now, something similar, a similar move can happen. If you look at the charts back then, we tested that 618 multiple times. So I think right now, really good area of support is that $98 to $100 area. And I just want to throw that out there. Let's see what happens there. But it's a really good area to look at on the Litecoin daily charts. And if we're looking below that, what is a key area below that Litecoin might see support? It's a 50 moving average on the daily chart right here, around $89. Now, that is kind of the beginning of a heavier buy area for me. I'm not gonna say I haven't been buying Litecoin in this area, right? This dip right now. If we look at price range from the swing high that we had at 122, we've been down around 20%, everybody. So I'm going in, I'm buying a little Litecoin, I'm buying a little Bitcoin. I just want to throw that out there. It's nothing crazy, but this is how I accumulate. I like buying dips. I always talk about buying in the 20% range of a dip, and there we are. So below that, my buying accumulation just starts getting heavier. That's all. So that first heavy area is in that 50 moving average area. And then below that, we can talk more about that in these next charts. And speaking of next charts, let's go to the 4-hour to get a really good idea of what Litecoin is looking like on the 4-hour chart. So we have patterns now on the 4-hour chart, very clear patterns, a clearer picture of what's going on for Litecoin. So we had this symmetrical triangle that we broke out of back in, towards the end of May, the last week of May. Very bullish for Litecoin, especially after, breaking above $100 finally, coming back down to the 80s, and then breaking back above the symmetrical triangle. We hit our target almost perfectly in above $122 or $120 out of that triangle, and we fell into a new symmetrical triangle. We were hoping for a bullish continuation, another break to the upside, hitting maybe into the 140s. That didn't happen. We broke to the downside. This is what previously has happened for Litecoin, broken to the downside. So our target as of right now isn't $140. Our target to the downside of this pattern is around $85. So we still have time to see if this will be a broken symmetrical triangle. And for it to be a broken symmetrical triangle, the first thing that we have to do is break this lower trend line, get back above it, right? So will that story of support at the 618 line on this Fibonacci retracement play out where we're actually just right now creating a higher low to bounce off of and continue upwards? It can totally happen. The first, sign of that happening would be us breaking above, $106, $107 and seeing some consistent closes on the 4-hour charts. So that's what we'd be looking at on the upside. On the downside, like I said, $85 target for the symmetrical triangle to the downside, and playing into our daily target for the 50 moving average around $89. It's a good area for me personally to begin accumulating a little bit heavier, just simply because if you look at when we've tested, and this happens often when we're testing the 50 moving average on the daily chart, we kind of we see support there, but we break it a little bit, right? There's a little bit of a mini, I don't want to say capitulation, but it's not like the 50 moving average acts as perfect support, right? It's not like we bounce right off of it. So to give you an idea, back here, 50 moving average, this daily candle went 4 to 5% below it, right? So in a similar fashion, if we're looking at where we are now, if we get a little bit of a downtrend below the 50 moving average, right, and we're going to say 4%, 5% below it, that brings us to $85. $85 on this 4-hour chart is our target to the downside. It's a really good area to at least see some sideways consolidation if Litecoin does make it down that low. Not saying it's definitely going down there. It's a target to the downside. It's a really strong area of accumulation for myself. That's not financial advice. This is just me watching the charts. Did I buy here? Yeah, I'm buying some Litecoin here. It's kind of my first little area of light buying. This is a heavier buy zone out here for all of these reasons we discussed, right? This would be Fibonacci retracement channel breaking. This would be us testing the daily 50 moving average and hitting our target for the symmetrical triangle to the downside. That's what it looks like. That's what I'm watching for Litecoin right now. In terms of the weekly chart zoomed out, this is what we've been talking about, right? Leading into that next halving, 2015. What happened? 7 weeks before the 2015 halving, Litecoin saw, I think, like 70% downside. We've questioned, is a similar thing going to happen? Right now, we're 9 weeks away from this next halving, 2019 halving. We're 9 weeks away. Are we going to see some type of similar crazy consolidation to the downside? It's in the back of my mind. I don't know if we're going to go that low. All I know is last time we tested the 50 moving average on the weekly chart, there were some big losses in there, but this was the very beginning of an amazing time to accumulate Litecoin leading into the next bull market. So if it happens, all I'm saying is I will be buying a lot of Litecoin. If we retrace similarly, same way that happened in 2015, back down here, $60 is a 50 moving average. $60, $70, I will be buying Litecoin. Those are just my thoughts. And that's it. That's what I'm looking at right now on the Litecoin charts. I know this is a live stream. I wanted to make it nice and quick for everybody, especially the replay viewers. So I hope you got some value out of it. There's a lot of things to watch for, especially in the 4-hour chart. Are we going to retest this area in this upper trend line right now around $105, $106? Are we going to break above it? That would be that very bullish sign that Litecoin is just creating a higher low here and on its way to potentially continue to the upside, maybe over the next couple weeks, right? So let's keep an eye on it. If you're here right now, everybody, I want to throw this out there. Litecoin Summit 2019, October 28th to the 29th at Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Go. If you can go, go. I'm really looking forward to meeting a lot of you that I know are going. And it's just going to be fun. The second annual Litecoin Summit. It's a big deal for Litecoin. If you're long on Litecoin, there's going to be a very cool people there. 143 days away. And I'm very excited. If you go to the speaker section, I'm on there. I will be up there, everybody. So if you're going, I would love your support. If we go to the agenda, this is what we'll be doing. I think it's the second day, Tuesday, October 29th, right here. Mass adoption panel with John Kim and John Moore. If you're invested in Litecoin, I'm sure many of you know who these two guys are. Studs, 2 studs in my book. I love these guys. And I will be on a panel talking mass adoption with them. So it's going to be a really fun time. If you're able to make it, try and get over there. Tickets, really not that bad. There's super early bird, which I guess is right now, $250 a ticket for both days. Price will go up as we get closer, right? So an early bird, it will be $300. Final tickets, you know, I guess you can call it late bird, will be $350. So right now, $250 for tickets for Litecoin Summit. I will be there. I'll be speaking, and I want to meet as many of you as possible. It'll be awesome. Very excited for it. If you're a replay viewer and you're still here, go in the comments below. Let me know how you're making out with Litecoin right now, what you're thinking in terms of accumulation, what you're thinking in terms of upside or downside. I really would love to know. Appreciate all of you guys hanging in there with me. I know that last live stream with no audio is pretty ridiculous. Thank you. If you're a replay viewer or if you're a live viewer right now and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel. I would love to grow with you, learn from you. I appreciate everybody coming by on this Wednesday afternoon. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. I will see you all in the next video. God bless.